Hello, gentlemen, and welcome yet again to another episode of the Gentlemen's Club. I'm your host, Marc.antomattei, and in today's episode, we are doing yet again another whiskey review, this time a versus comparison. I think I may have done this once before in the lifespan of this channel, but I can't even recall what were the two whiskeys that were being compared inside of that first versus. I'm sure if you go back and look inside of my video history, you will find that, but I believe, if I am correct, that this is the second time that I have done this. So inside of this shootout between these two whiskeys, I'm going to be comparing the No Age Statement Hakushu Single Malt Whiskey offering from Suntory with the same branded whiskey, but this one is an aged 12 years version. I had picked up the 12 years age version only last night, and I have already conducted a review of this. It's up on the channel now, so make sure you go take a look at that. I'm not going to speak much about the history of either of these. If you want to know the history about either the distillery itself or the whiskey, then make sure you look for those reviews. But with this, I'm just going to get right into it. So I had already opened up one of these bottles, and I'm going to finish this off now. Inside of my Glencairn glass, I'm going to pour the 12 years, and then I have a second glass. This Suntory glass, I'm going to pour the No Age Statement, and we will see which one is clearly the winner. I already have an idea of how this is going to turn out, and I believe I already have an idea which one I like more, and obviously that one is already the winner inside of my mind, but we'll see if this is correct. All right. I guess the way that we're going to do it is we're going to start off with the cheaper of the two first, and we'll see if the aged one, and of course yet the more expensive one, is going to top this. I can already tell you I'm being a little bit pleasantly surprised right now. These are both 43%, but what's surprising me is that I feel that on the nose, possibly the No Age Statement has a little bit more character than the aged whiskey. Not in a mature sense, but in a freshness sort of way of speaking. This one, No Age Statement, seems a little bit stronger. And what I mean by that is not intensity of the alcohol, but more in that the smell comes to you a lot easier than it does inside of the age 12 years, which you have to really smell and reach for. Smelling these two side by side. Or am I wrong about that? This one is very fruity from the punch, from the get-go. And this one is a little bit more heavier and subdued. And you really got to reach for it to pull out the smell. I'm going to rate the smell on the nose to be equal between the both of these, because while this one is a little bit more subdued, it is heavier and it smells very more mature and rich, whereas this one is very upfront and it comes to you without much effort. But I can't necessarily say that it's better, it's just different. So I'm going to say on the nose it's tied. And now for the real test, the taste test. This has its good points about it, but previously to turning on the camera and recording this review, I've conducted a review over the 12, and jumping from one to the other. Ooh, this is quite challenging. I can't remember how much I paid for this Hakushu, maybe around 4,000 Japanese yen possibly. Maybe it might have been as cheap as 3,500 yen, which is $35, but I think it was more along the lines of $40. And this one, if you were to buy it in a full-size bottle, is about 140 US dollars. Is it to say that this 12 years age statement is 3 times better in taste as the no age statement? I would say no. But is it better? Quite possibly. Something about this no age statement on the tongue, when you first put it inside the mouth, something was nice about it, and then for a few seconds something seemed a little off, but then the aftertaste brought it back to being pleasant again. We have one more sip from this single pouring to really get inside of there and assess it. Although you can't go wrong with the Hakushu if you're on a budget, so to speak, and you're looking for the cheaper of the two. The aftertaste is quite nice, but inside the mouth, even though it's mouth-watering, a little bit buttery, and the green fruits are there, something is just not right about it. Something tastes a little bit cheaper than the age 12 years. Not cheap as in the sense of, I would say it is not worthy of your time. Because if this is all you can find, I would highly recommend you go out and buy it. But not as mature or refined as the 12 years. And now we have the 12. This is more refined and brought down to a science of you know that when you consume it, you're not going to be in for any surprises. Not only is the 12 lighter on the tongue and easier to go down, but I use the word rich. It is more rich. And it leaves you more satisfied in the end. Definitely, this is the winner. I was getting a little bit concerned there because when I had first opened this up and poured that glass and I was smelling it, I said, I don't know about this one. It might turn out that that this could be the winner, but in the end, it was no match for its older brother. I've reached my limit of whiskey consumption in the day, so I think I'm finished. But definitely, if money is no issue, you do want to go and get the Hakushu 12 years. But if you're a little bit more conscious minded about money, this one would be adequate for your liking, I hope. The sun has come out, gentlemen, and the winner has spoken. It has shined its light. The age 12 years is the winner of this shootout. Now all we have to do is just try to find that 18 years, and we'll see what it can do against its younger brother. I thank you for watching, gentlemen. As always, salute. Keep it classy.